our world is changing. Every day we witness transformations in our environment, our societies, and our way of life. These changes are driven by a multitude of factors, but one of the most significant is the sheer number of people inhabiting our planet. The number of people living on Earth has reached unprecedented levels. With over 7.8 billion individuals, our global population continues to grow, exerting pressure on the natural world and the resources we depend on. This has a profound impact on our planet and its resources. Forests are being cleared to make way for agriculture and urban development, while industrial activities contribute to pollution and climate change. Understanding population growth is crucial. By studying demographic trends, we can better anticipate future challenges and opportunities. This knowledge allows us to plan for sustainable development and ensure that our actions today do not compromise the well-being of future generations. It helps us grasp the challenges and opportunities facing humanity. Collaboration and innovation are key to addressing these issues. Communities around the world are coming together to find solutions that balance human needs with environmental sustainability. We need to find ways to thrive together on a finite planet. Renewable energy sources, such as wind and solar power, offer promising alternatives to fossil fuels. Urban gardens and sustainable agriculture practices can help ensure food security while minimizing environmental impact. For most of human history, population growth was slow. Early human societies were small and dispersed, with limited technology and resources. This kept population numbers relatively stable for thousands of years. Disease, famine, and limited resources kept numbers in check. Epidemics and food shortages were common, and life expectancy was much lower than it is today. These factors acted as natural brakes on population growth. However, the last few centuries have witnessed a dramatic shift. The Industrial Revolution brought about significant advancements in technology, medicine, and agriculture. These changes led to a surge in population growth as mortality rates declined and life expectancy increased. Advances in technology, medicine, and agriculture have led to a surge in population growth. Vaccines and antibiotics have reduced the impact of infectious diseases, while mechanized farming has increased food production, supporting larger populations. This growth has brought both benefits and challenges. On one hand, it has spurred economic development and innovation. On the other hand, it has led to overcrowding, environmental degradation, and increased competition for resources. On one hand, more people mean more innovation, creativity, and progress. Diverse perspectives and ideas drive technological advancements and cultural enrichment, contributing to a vibrant and dynamic global society. On the other hand, it puts a strain on resources like water, food, and energy. As populations grow, the demand for these essential resources increases, leading to shortages and conflicts. Sustainable management of resources is critical to ensuring a stable and prosperous future. We see increasing competition for land, jobs, and a share of prosperity. Urban areas are expanding rapidly, often outpacing the infrastructure needed to support them. This can lead to social and economic inequalities as well as environmental challenges. Understanding the complexities of population growth is not about predicting doom and gloom. It is about recognizing the interconnectedness of our world and the need for thoughtful, informed decision-making. Education and awareness are essential tools in this process. It is about empowering ourselves with knowledge. By understanding the factors driving population growth and their impacts, we can develop strategies to address these challenges. Engaged and informed citizens can advocate for policies that promote sustainability and equity. We can then make informed decisions about the future. Policymakers, scientists, and communities must work together to create solutions that balance human needs with the health of our planet. Collaboration and innovation are key to building a sustainable future. We can create a world where everyone has the opportunity to live a healthy and fulfilling life within the limits of our planet. By embracing sustainable practices and fostering a sense of global responsibility, we can ensure that future generations inherit a world that is vibrant, diverse, and resilient. For millennia, humans lived as hunter-gatherers, moving from place to place in search of food and resources. Small, nomadic groups roamed the earth, relying on nature's bounty for survival. They followed the seasons and the migration patterns of animals, always on the move. Population growth during this period was negligible, The harsh realities of their environment, including predators, diseases, and the constant search for food, kept their numbers in check. Harsh living conditions and limited resources kept numbers low. Life was a constant struggle, and survival was never guaranteed. Around 10,000 years ago, a revolution occurred: agriculture. This monumental shift changed the course of human history forever. Humans learned to cultivate crops and domesticate animals. This newfound knowledge allowed them to settle in one place and build communities. This new way of life brought settlements, food security, and the ability to support larger populations. Villages and towns began to form, and with them a sense of community and shared purpose. With a more stable food supply, birth rates gradually increased. Families could now support more children, leading to a steady rise in population. The advent of agriculture marked a turning point in human history. It was the foundation upon which civilizations were built. It set the stage for the development of civilizations and the growth of cities. Urban centers became hubs of culture, trade, and innovation. As farming techniques improved, so did our ability to produce food surpluses. These surpluses could support larger populations and allowed for the specialization of labor. This led to population growth and the emergence of complex social structures. Societies became more organized, with distinct roles and hierarchies. While agriculture brought progress, it also brought new challenges. Land became a valuable resource, leading to competition and conflict. Land became a valuable resource, leading to competition and conflict. Disputes over territory and resources became more common. The reliance on a few staple crops made populations vulnerable to famine if harvests failed. Droughts, pests, and other natural disasters could devastate entire communities. Nevertheless, agriculture laid the foundation for the population growth that would characterize the millennia to come. It was the bedrock upon which human societies would continue to build and evolve. The Industrial Revolution, beginning in the late 18th century, ushered in an era of unprecedented technological advancement. This period marked a significant turning point in history as societies transitioned from agrarian economies to industrial powerhouses. The introduction of steam engines, mechanized looms, and other innovations revolutionized production processes, making it possible to manufacture goods on a scale never before imagined. Factories sprung up, powered by new machines and fueled by fossil fuels. These factories became the epicenters of economic activity, drawing workers from rural areas into rapidly growing urban centers. The shift from manual labor to mechanized production not only increased efficiency but also drastically altered the social fabric of the time. This period saw a significant increase in life expectancy and a decline in mortality rates, particularly in Europe and North America. The improvements in living conditions, driven by economic growth, had a profound impact on public health. People had better access to food, shelter, and medical care, which contributed to longer, healthier lives. Several factors contributed to this population boom. Improved sanitation and hygiene, such as the introduction of sewer systems and clean water supplies, played a crucial role in reducing the spread of diseases. Public health campaigns educated people on the importance of cleanliness, leading to widespread adoption of better hygiene practices. Coupled with medical breakthroughs like vaccines, these advancements dramatically reduced deaths from infectious diseases. Vaccination campaigns targeted deadly illnesses such as smallpox and polio, virtually eradicating them in many parts of the world. The development of antibiotics further bolstered the fight against bacterial infections, saving countless lives. These medical innovations were complemented by improvements in healthcare infrastructure. Hospitals and clinics became more widespread, providing essential services to larger segments of the population. The establishment of public health institutions ensured that medical knowledge and resources were more evenly distributed. Industrial agriculture increased food production, utilizing new techniques and machinery to boost crop yields. The introduction of fertilizers, pesticides, and advanced irrigation systems transformed farming practices, making it possible to feed a growing population. This agricultural revolution ensured a more reliable food supply for growing urban populations. Markets flourished as a result, with a greater variety of foods becoming available to the masses. This not only improved nutrition but also stimulated economic activity as trade and commerce expanded. As living standards rose and health outcomes improved, birth rates remained relatively high. Families were larger, and children were more likely to survive into adulthood. This combination of declining mortality rates and sustained high birth rates resulted in exponential population growth. This combination of declining mortality rates and sustained high birth rates resulted in exponential population growth. The world's population doubled in the 19th century and then doubled again in just 70 years during the 20th century. This rapid growth, while signifying improvements in human well-being, also placed new stresses on the planet's resources. The world's population doubled in the 19th century and then doubled again in just 70 years during the 20th century. This rapid growth, while signifying improvements in human well-being, also placed new stresses on the planet's resources. The demand for food, water, and energy surged, leading to overexploitation of natural resources. This rapid growth, while signifying improvements in human well-being, also placed new stresses on the planet's resources. The Industrial Revolution's reliance on fossil fuels led to increased greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to climate change. The environmental impact of industrial activities became more apparent, with deforestation, pollution, and habitat destruction becoming pressing issues. The Industrial Revolution's reliance on fossil fuels led to increased greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to climate change. The burning of coal, oil, and gas released vast amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, altering the planet's climate systems. This has had long-term consequences, including rising global temperatures, melting ice caps, and more frequent extreme weather events. The demand for raw materials and energy fueled colonialism and exploitation of resources in many parts of the world. Colonizing powers extracted vast quantities of minerals, timber, and other resources from their colonies, often with little regard for the environmental or social impacts. This exploitation had lasting effects on the colonized regions, contributing to economic disparities and environmental degradation that are still felt today. As we entered the 21st century, global population growth rates began to slow. However, this slowdown is not uniform across the globe. Different regions are experiencing vastly different population trends, shaped by factors such as economic development, access to healthcare, and social norms. Many developed countries, particularly in Europe and East Asia, are experiencing low birth rates and aging populations. Increased life expectancy, coupled with declining fertility rates, has led to a demographic shift with a larger proportion of elderly people and a shrinking workforce. In contrast, many developing countries, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa, continue to experience high birth rates and rapid population growth. While some of these countries have seen improvements in healthcare and economic development, they often lack social safety nets and access to family planning resources, leading to higher fertility rates. These uneven population trends have significant implications for global economic development, resource allocation, and geopolitical stability. Understanding these trends is crucial for addressing global challenges such as poverty, inequality, and environmental sustainability.